This is the Abroad DJ Season 2. I'm back with the one and only DJ Flipside, my guy, my man. What's going on, bro?
What's up, my man?
How's everything going with you, man?
Everything else is smooth, bro.
Yeah? How's COVID treating you?
Hey, man, I'm an essential worker, so I'm back and forth to work.
Okay. That's what's up. Everything else good with you on your side, though? How's it out there in New York?
New York is, New York, like they said, a city that never sleeps. Even through all of this, people still driving. They got to go get their groceries. They got to, you know what I mean, take care of their dogs, their pets and stuff. People still out there.
So everybody
regularly moving. Yeah, regularly moving, but more cautious. I mean, you see everybody with a mask.
Okay.
Somebody without a mask, so they're taking it serious out there.
Word. All right, so let's get to it. How long you been DJing?
About
he laughs.
Yeah, I mean, let's say 11 years. I'm not gonna say the right 10 years, but we're gonna be politically correct. About 11 years now. Okay.
And how'd you get into the game? Did you have like some kind of a teacher? You learned on your own?
I actually, I tell every time somebody asks me this question, I have to give them like the full detail. So I started off working at Nagasaki, is a restaurant in Long Island, but it was a Jamaican Asian cuisine, like a fusion restaurant. So I started working there as a busboy, like just busting tables. My first job, just busting tables. I think I was there for like a week. And no, seriously, like, and then I had picked up somebody's shift and I worked the late night. So all I heard was boom, 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 boom. Like I could just feel the bass under my feet. Like, what's going on downstairs? I knew there was a club in the basement. So like it was, let's say 8-9 o'clock, and the DJ who was down there, his name was Chris Capone. He was down there warming up. I mean, this is just when records. We ain't even talking about CDs yet. We talking about just straight records. And he was warming up, testing out the sound, and like the sound system in Nagasaki had like 11 feet speakers, you know what I'm saying, and scoops on both sides. Let's say it was just 2 scoops and two speakers. I mean, like you would feel it in your chest.
Facts.
So I'm down there watching him. I'm like, yo, he's so fucking ill. Like, that's dope. Like my dad was a DJ, but he played like house music and disco. He was, you know what I mean, 60s and 70s.
Word.
But he just watching him flip those records and just catch it on point. And you know, it was amazing to me. So I was like, yo, I want to learn. He was just like, yo. He's like, yo, see what? Go home, change your clothes, and come back. By the time I came back, let's say it was like 10 o'clock, the line was like down the block. Like this club was so infamous and well known, like Beanie Man, who not even booked, just come through. If he's in New York, he's passing by Beanie Man. Like any Sean Paul, any artist that was hot in the night, any reggae artist that was hot in the 2000s, Elephant Man, anybody, they came through there.
It was passing through there. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I sat there and I watched him. He was just like, yo, I'm going to teach you dance hall. He said, yo. And that was my first time. Like that, I think that was like my last day being a busboy. And I became like, I don't want to say roadie, but I used to run up the ladder, go get the records. Like they had so many records. I used to run and go get the records. He'd be like, yo, I'm playing the Buju in like 3 minutes. Go get it. And I will go get both copies. Bring it. Yo, here, go take it back and put it back. So I used to just run and get the records instead of him getting the records. That was my job, getting the records. So then he's like, so like, let's say probably like a month in, he's like, yo, I'm gonna teach you how to DJ. I was like, yo, you never taught me how to DJ. He said, I taught you with sound selection. He said, what you mean? He's like, go get me the Buju. I'll go and get the Buju. He'd be like, you just sound selected.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I learned. I learned reaching for records, and he taught me to play records, but it was in the same time frame where everybody was switching from vinyl to CD.
Okay.
I can say I played vinyl, but I grew up in the CD era.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you said that was 11 years ago? If you,
that was let's say 12, 13, because you know it took a couple of years to get used to be like feeling the vibe.
Understand. Yeah.
Back then there was no BPM matching, there was no sync button. It was like you had to feel it.
Yeah.
Of the next 2-3 songs you're gonna play if you're gonna play this record. So that came with practice. So yeah.
So when did you get your first setup? Like,
it was borrowed. Like the club had a lot of stuff. They had Technique 1200, so they always had copies and extras of everything. But Super Excite, he ran with Chris Capone. They had a group called Extreme Vibes. Chris Capone played the dance hall.
Okay.
And Super Excite played the hip hop.
Word.
Super Excite gave me my first 1200s. I bought my own mixer, and I had like the bullshit like computer speakers you know what I mean? So that was my first setup. Setup.
You remember what mixer it was?
It was a Newmark USB 4-channel mixer.
Okay.
The big box joint, and it had speed. It was black and silver. Yeah.
Okay. You still got it?
Nah, I ain't got it. That shit. I rocked out with that thing for like 5 years, 6 years until I got something. Till I got the S1, the
SL1 and stuff.
The SL1, and you know, and then I had the Rain mixer. So the 57. Like once I got the boxes first. I got the SL1, SL2, then I got the Rain 57, and then everything else started rolling. Yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming Chris Capone is one of your like DJs that inspired you. That.
Yeah. I mean, he inspired me to play dancehall, and Excite inspired me to play hip hop. Like,
so if you had to pick another like your top 3 DJs, right, that really inspired you, outside of Chris Capone and.
It'll have to be DJ Scratch.
Okay.
DJ Scratch, DJ Cool.
Okay.
You know, he got the record. Let me clear my throat. Yeah.
Right.
DJ Dummy, because of DJ Dummy, the way he just used to, you know what I'm saying? Just get to it. His style was it was amazing to watch.
Okay. So you grew up mostly in dancehall, and now you're playing you're multifaceted. I mean, I'll be listening to you on Party 105, doing your thing out in Long Island. I see you rocking. You always posted, just having a good time. That's something I like about you. Your energy is just dope when you behind the turntables or behind the mixer. How'd you get into that?
What, into the radio?
Yeah, radio.
Oh, well, I was doing promotions for Universal.
Okay.
Promotions for Universal Records at the time, and we were working a lot of records. And one of my homegirls that I went to college with, she works at Party 105 as a radio morning host.
Okay.
Zone slot. So she was just like, hey, they're looking for DJs. Like they got a budget. They're looking for DJs, and I know this is what you want. Like,
thanks.
Like, do you still want to try to reach and go to Hot 97 and Power, or what? You can come here. It's you know what I mean. You can come out here and you can have free reign to play what you want. There's no script. Just clean. Just rock out. And it's iHeartRadio affiliated. You know what I'm saying?
And it's very nice.
Play the rat race or just go and get busy.
Yeah.
So.
And is it from jumping on radio that you met up with Maliibu? Like,
nah, it was actually promoting for Universal, Atlantic, Warner Brothers. It was just it happened with, we had a group called First Hand DJs.
Okay.
Out of the DJs, basically it was like a gumbo mix of DJs. It was everybody who wanted to be radio but couldn't get there,
Okay.
And everybody who had talent, like real raw talent. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody had like everybody had a genre. Everybody had a genre. They were multifaceted in genres, but they were good where they were at, but they couldn't get to, you know what I'm saying? So Niles G, he put us together. Shout out to Bobby from Empire, because he was the one that actually like said, hey, they're putting this together.
Okay.
In there because I know what you're gonna do. And I'm like, all right. Came there, we met at Atlantic, and that was it. 1, 2, 3.
And just worked out together.
1, 2, 3, yeah. And then the way I met Maliibu is we were going to a listening session for an artist that Hitmaker, Young Berg. So we was like, all right, cool. I mean, I remember Hitmaker because my partner, one of my partners, he had put me on to this guy named L Nice, and he was doing a lot of promo for Young Berg at the time. Let's say this is back when I was still learning. You know what I'm saying? I was younger when Young Berg had records and he was rapping. So I used to do promo. So when I was in LA, I mean not LA, when I was in Florida, I used to live in Jacksonville, Florida. So
okay.
Did promo for him. So when I introduced myself, I was like, yo, remember me, X, Y, and Z? He was just like, yo, I haven't seen you in mad long. And I was like, yeah, man, you know. He's like, yo, this is my artist, this is Maliibu, X, Y, and Z. Apple Music was in Union DJs was in there. Everybody who Ebro in the morning was there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like there was so many people at this listening session, and it was in the studio, so it was a real feel. Okay. And they had played a song with Maliibu, Ty Dolla $ign, and I think Fab. And they were like, "Oh, this is the single that we gonna go with."
Okay.
But they give us some money before. Everybody was like, you know, I don't want to say this, but everybody was kind of like yes men. They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll play. Yeah, that's lit. We're gonna do that."
Word.
I was just like, nah, like, and everybody just kind of looked at me. And they were like, what do you mean, nah? Like, I was like, nah, that give us some money record. That give us money record. And I told Berg, and I pulled into, I said, yo, bro, that give us some money record, that's it. She don't need no features. She's fire. Like, she's from the Bronx. She's fire. She don't need no feature. Her first song should be her by herself. And then her road manager, Q, he did a lot of work for Lil TJ.
Okay.
He did a lot of road work for Lil TJ. And got TJ the way he's at. So Q was like, yo, give me your number. We definitely gonna talk. I like the way you think. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's say probably like a month later, okay. I got a call Q. Me and Q kept in contact. He did his research. Apparently he said he did his research. He asked people about me and what I do and if I was serious. And he was like, yo, Maliibu is gonna be on BET Experience in LA. I know it's short notice, but it's next week, and we need a DJ. Yo, I called out of work so quick.
He's like, I'm out.
I jumped in that Airbnb, and I was there. I was in LA for like a week. I linked up with some of my peoples. Shout out to DJ AK47. Shout out to DJ HUD. You know what I'm saying? They took care of me while I was out there. They brought me to the, you know what I'm saying? But being there, like that was the initiation. Like to be at a BT event, thousands of people, and we were rocking out in the Staples Center. Bro. Like it felt unreal, and I was just like, it was like she fucked with it. She was like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Berg was there every step of the way, and that was it. He was like, yo, you did your fucking thing, and that's what I wanted you to do. I was like, all right.
So would you say it was that moment that kind of changed everying for you? And you're like, this is what I'm doing. Like,
it was that trip. It changed everything. Then a month later, I got a call back, and it's Berg, her road manager at the time, and Q. They were like, yo, you ready to go on tour? And I was like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Going for like 7 months. We was going to tour for 7 months.
Jesus.
Eco Nasty.
Okay, what would you say is the dopest city that you performed in so far?
Dopest city.
Yeah, like the most energy, just like.
There was a few. Can I do like 3?
I do three.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Dallas and LA. Those
you expect LA though.
Huh?
You expect LA, but Dallas though?
Nah, Dallas. I got footage of Dallas. Like I started getting footage of every city.
Okay.
City. You know what I'm saying? Just so I could have it for myself, so it's part of my resume. But I have footage for Dallas, LA, and Atlanta, and you would be like, yo, they was fucking with you. North Carolina too. Throw the 4th in there. North Carolina. Okay. Yeah, they was really, because every city I went to, I just got right to it. Like I knew, for me practicing so much and trying to be so like a music horde.
Yeah.
For everywhere. So when I went to North Carolina, it was more so Petey Pablo. You know what I'm saying? That's the staple person who made a big difference. I didn't want to go, regular I didn't want to go. Let me play your key person in each town, each city.
Okay, so you're doing research before.
But that's what I'm saying. Like being in New York, you have to play everything. So you can't just, I only play hip hop. Like, bro, they want dancehall now. Oh, well, I don't play dancehall. So it's like, why do we need you? So with knowing that, I had to go and search, and having family all over the country and going places and actually doing college tours and stuff, you get that full broad spectrum of what music is, like what's different. So when people be like, oh, well, New York is like, the South is taking over more than New York. No, the South is doing something that New York niggas don't want to do. So it's not their fault, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I want to sound like y'all from Chicago and you from New York when hip hop started.
Facts. That's a fact.
Like, come on, man. Like, you gotta just do better. That's all. If somebody else, if LA music was hotter than was the hottest thing in the country, everywhere else got to pick up. Houston, they got Megan Thee Stallion. LA, they got Sweetie. They got Jhené Aiko. They got tons of Kanye, Big Sean. Everybody just need to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame nobody. But coming back to the topic, is just being in each city. I played what they want. I played their staple. So I went when we was in Dallas. When we was in Dallas, no, we was in Houston. Okay. I had played Pimp C, UGK, and got to it. LA, I went play Kendrick, Snoop Dogg, Dre, Tupac.
Word.
Yeah, North Carolina, I played Petey Pablo. North Carolina, go ahead and when I was done, it was like, yo, the DJs here don't even play that. And I appreciate you for playing that. Like somebody who was there for Maliibu said that. Like, I was like, yo, this is what I'm here for.
That's real. So what does your practice session look like? Like, I know she a lyricist on the mic, right? So I know that's crazy, but when y'all practice it, is it something that y'all practice? Is it a vibe kind of thing?
This stuff on stage?
Yeah, when y'all got your sets and everything. What does practice look like?
Practice?
Yeah.
Practice? No, I don't want to sound cocky, but it's like we talk about practice. Yo, honestly, once like being like 7 months with her.
Yeah.
Like, let's say 3/4 of the way through the tour, she's like, yo, Flip, I gotta go do X, Y, and Z. I got this radio interview. Can you go do sound check? She trusts me enough to do sound check because I already know what her voice is. I need to know what she sounds like on stage. Right. So it's not a question. So she's just like, hey, did you get that done? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, cool. So she goes on stage and somebody like messed with this level. She's not looking at me. She's looking at the engineer like, yo, turn my mic up. Because right. She already know, I know what needs to be done and how it needs to be sound.
Okay.
So We don't really practice. Honestly, we just go through it. Each town, we probably should like change it up a little bit because we don't want to do the same set. Because you never know. Some people have gone from town to town or state to state. A couple of, you know what I mean? And we see them like, oh, yo, weren't you at like, yeah, came up to see you again. I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, once we noticed that, we started changing it up, take this song out, switch this around. It was that's honestly it. She's getting her makeup done. I'm like, yo, what about this? What about that? What about this? Yeah, let's do that. Or
so
let's do
it's more of a vibe.
Yeah, like.
Okay, that's real. How does it feel being behind such, like, her voice is just so unique. Like, and I love it, bro. I don't remember the first time I met her. It was probably like 6 years ago. She came through to the station, right? Came up jamming. And it was just like, yo, when she walked in, they played a record. I'm like, from her? Like, her voice, I'm like, that came from her? Like, how does it feel being behind such a powerhouse that I still feel like the world hasn't given her roses yet? I don't think they understand what kind of a force she is.
Oh, no, they gonna understand. It every time, every show, it don't matter how many people, it don't matter what the venue, it still feels like the first day. You know what I'm saying? It's that allure of when she comes on stage, and like it gets me hyped.
Okay.
Like I love to see her just command. You know what I'm saying? And people singing the songs and like if they ever been to a show, we're 212 and so much.
Okay.
Like, and I'm like hyping her up. I hype her up and she's laughing because I hyped her up to a point where she's like, yo, Flip, yo, we having way too much fun here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's
okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my little sister, man. Like she just does it. She just does it. And she's natural. She's natural. No, it's all anything you see about her, it's not fake, it's not a show, it's her 100%. It's her 100%. The way she acts on Instagram, it's the same way she acts in person. You meet her, she's bubbly, that's her, man. I'm telling you. It's like I said, it's like the first day. It's always gonna be that fire when she's on stage. Always.
Okay. Yo, thinking about it too. So you've been in the opportunity where you say y'all traveled the world a lot. You've been on tour with Rico Nasty and a couple of people. Is there any person that you've met so far where you're like, yo, I just had like that crazy fan moment?
I met DJ SNS when I was in North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm like, because I know his son, Lil SNS. He's from Harlem. So DJ SNS is a legendary guy, like a legendary guy. You know what I'm saying? He's up there with Flex and Kid Capri.
Right.
So for him to be be at the bar, his son told him like, yo, Flip gonna be in town, you should go check him out. He like, who that? He's like, all right, I'm gonna go check. The man came to the club, didn't say nothing, and videotaped me, turning the club up and posted it. And I was just like, for somebody who never met me, a legend, and when I got off, he was just like, yo, you know me? And I was like, yo, like I said, that's the best. Like, you know, like you used to run the city. Like, don't. Like, and to this day, like he run the city. You know what I mean? Me and him, I'm proud to be a part of mp3wax.com with him. So, like, and it's all flourishing. Like he spoke for me. Him and Chris, kind of pioneered the mp3wax.com thing, where there's a lot of artists, independent artists, signed artists, any of your favorite artists.
Mm-hmm.
MP3 Wax to go to get the music to the DJs.
Got you.
You feel what I'm saying? So just being a part of that, and for him speaking up for me and putting me on, it's like every state in the country has MP3 Wax DJs there. I put it to you like that. All 50 states have an MP3 Wax DJ.
So let's talk about that, right? So you're talking about the unsigned artists getting their music out to DJs. I already know that people are walking up to you because they see you whether you're being with the labels, because you also said you ran with, what was it?
Atlantic Empire,
right?
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
How do you like people getting their music to you? So what's the proper way to approach you to get music played?
The proper way is to DM me. You know what I'm saying? DM me like, hey, my name is X, Y, and Z. I just wanted to get my music to you. Don't send me no blast. I know what blasts look like. Yeah, I know what blasts look like. Don't send me the link. Don't yo, just talk to me like a regular person, because I am a regular human being. So, like, I'm not a superstar. I'm not. It's just certain ways you should bring your craft to somebody you want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna run up on Flex or somebody like, hey, what's up? Hey, Flex, what's good? My name's Flipside. You know, X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna be like, yo, here's a CD. Here's a jump drive. Yo, check my link out. It's not. It's like you doing this. It's like you doing this, and it's not something that I would want, because what if I'm not able to do that right now? So just be yourself. Honestly, don't treat me like we in the industry. Just be yourself.
Facts. I agree with you. I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago, and they were saying there's such a disconnect between the artist and the DJ, right? And she brought up the point that artists should be able to walk up to the DJ and give them their music, because she was like, there's not enough DJs playing the unpopular songs in the club, right? Or giving those people airtime. What I was telling her personally was that I prefer, like, if you really want me to play your song and we don't know each other, come to the club early. Like, you know that the DJ has to get there early. Let's chop it up or something. Is there something, how do you feel about artists coming up to you during your club set to play their song?
Yo.
You laughing.
We are talking about the guys who listen. For all the people who watch this, do not, and I mean like, do not come to me in the middle of my set or right before I get on and be like, yo, play this, is the hottest shit, they need to hear this. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, because I'm not gonna play it. I don't care if you pay me, because my thing is, I don't know what kind of gang affiliation you are. I don't know who's here that don't like your shit or what you're saying. You can be making a reference to somebody or about something that I don't know about, and I'm playing it, and now I'm at fault. They don't care whose music it is. They care about who's playing it. You're playing it.
Right.
If I'm up full of Crips, I'm not gonna play Suwoo by YG. That's not
smart. That's not
what I'm doing. That's not what I'm not playing Crip Walk at a blood party. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So as me, I'm not playing. Let me give it to me ahead of time. I'm not even talking about at the club. Give it to me ahead of time. Let me listen to it. Let me get a vibe of what I can mix it with, because I need to make sure if I'm gonna play it, your music gets the right exposure. So if I can play Amigos, your record, and then go to like a Tiger or something, like artists that people like, I gotta sandwich your music into it. So it'd be like, yo, let me play some new joint, give you 30, 40 seconds, in and out. Because they need to get you. They need to hear your record. Shout out to someone showing you over there popping bottles. I need to be able to do that, and it's the same vibe. It's the same vibe. It's not off. Because I can't play Chris Brown Strip and then play Casanova Don't Run and then go play, you know what I'm saying, R&B again. It doesn't mix well. So I need to be able to mix it well.
Okay, I like that.
Hey, that's the best way I can put it.
No, that's real, and I think a lot of artists do need to hear that. I think a lot of people believe that the DJ, like, we are supposed to break records, right? I think people understand that this is still a business. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of people get this game messed up. You know what I mean? Like, we still doing our job. Like, you're not running up to the bank teller to tell them to stop doing their job in the middle of their workday. So why is it okay for you to do it to the DJ?
Right.
You feel me? Talking about that, is there anybody that you would co-sign that everybody isn't familiar with yet? Like, any one artist that you're like, yo, this person's gonna blow?
Oh, I'm working with a few artists right now. Maya Music.
Okay.
He's from VA. I'm producing his next project that's coming out. Dro the Whale on IG. He's from Brooklyn. Very big, very big. He's very, very talented. Von Better, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Anybody else? No, all right.
So these people getting the official DJ Flipside cosign.
Dro, Maya.
Tell them to keep a listen out for Mali. She got more work.
I Mali up there. You know what I'm saying? I sent her some beats, so hopefully I make the cut. You know what I'm saying? But for real, right now, Maya Music, IG. He from VA. Von Better. You know what I'm saying? Same person. He's from Brooklyn, and Dro the Whale on IG. Yeah, I mean, for me, those are the three. And there's another dude, C Millie. He coming up. He from Long Island. A Killer Music.
Okay.
She's fire. C Millie, he's dope. I mean, these are just artists that are coming up, and they just need the right production. They need the right lane. They need the right direction too. So
you got your fingers all over the place, right? It seems like you're a guy that's just everywhere as far as it comes to music. What would you say? I mean, you can't even be modest about that. Like you talking about you doing production, you working with MP3 Wax. You got the information from working with the labels. You got your own information from touring the world.
You gotta be humble. I can listen. Let me tell you. And I'm gonna say this in the most humble way that I can. Any type of way. But put me next to your favorite DJ, I will smoke them. Radio or not, like I will smoke them, and it's been done multiple times. I'm not gonna say what station. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah.
It's only 2 big stations in New York City, and I've smoked a couple of the guys that's on a Sunday through Friday, and I smoked a few of them.
Facts.
But we go, like I said, I'm chilling. I can do that. I can honestly go that route. But I don't want to. I don't get nothing from it because they have hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars behind them. I don't. But I know what I do, and I know I do it well. So,
all right. So advice then. What's the best advice you think that you could give to a DJ, or what's the best advice someone gave to you that you think helped to like either mold you or like level you up?
Work hard and work harder. Work hard, then work harder.
I like that.
That's somebody told me that, and that stuck. That's always been my motto. So yeah, I want to DJ, but fuck it. Now let me produce. Like let me produce now. That I've already worked hard on this. Now let me work harder. Let me work harder. And it's not because I want to be ill and I'm nice. And I've worked hard on DJing. I've reached a level where I'm comfortable, where I don't even need to prepare. I don't need to prepare. Like if I'm going to the club, I already have in my mind what I'm going to play, and it's not probably not nowhere near what somebody's going to play.
Facts.
Because everybody's rushing to play the hot, the new. I don't want to do that. I want the people to have fun. And if I'm turning this club up so much and not with the mainstream music, then that means like I'm not here to play. I'm not here to I don't care about this check right now. At this point in time, I came to turn this party up. So yeah. Like my best thing to tell somebody is work hard, then work harder. If you feel you've reached a certain level or something, go to the next step. Because as a DJ, the next step is producing, because you're honestly producing while you're on the set, because you're mixing songs together. you are now, from a DJ to a sound engineer, you're a producer, because if I'm blending these two records together, if I'm playing this instrumental and I'm blending this record into it, I'm producing at this point in time. I'm making a live mix for you. This is a live production. So why not sit here in front of a computer and produce something that another DJ will play?
That's real. I like that, son. I think y'all need to really pay attention to that one, because that was a gem. If y'all didn't pay attention, keep it in that exact same like train of thinking. What is one of your biggest fears, bro?
My biggest fears?
Yeah, one of your biggest fears, whether it be industry-wise, work-wise, or just in life. What's one of your biggest fears?
To lose my drive.
Mm.
To lose my drive to be better. And I've had times where I had to actually sit and think, and like, do I still need to do this? Not want to, but do I still need to do this?
Okay.
Am I still ill to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get up in the morning and do this right now?
Right.
To have that serious conversation with myself. Even I had to have the conversation with my wife. Like, yo, like, I don't think I want to do this no more. And then come back a couple days later and get right back to it.
Facts.
So losing my drive is one that I think is my biggest fear. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about who thinks I'm hot. And I used to think like that. But once I started proving people wrong, and they started taking a steady decline, and I just stuck to my guns and just stuck to my principles, and it helped me get to where I'm at, like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's real. Is there anything that you would tell an artist that's trying to come up in the game? A piece of advice. Okay.
Be yourself. Please don't try to be Offset. Don't try to be 50. Don't try to rest in peace. Don't try to be Pop Smoke. Be yourself. However, speak your truth. Don't want to do what you see as popular. Because I've been in the studio with somebody and homie sounds exactly like A Boogie, but it's not gonna work for him. That already worked for A Boogie. It's not gonna work for a second person. They don't need another person like that. Find your own sound. Once you find your sound, you're perfectly fine. Shit. If you find your sounds, because you can have more than one sound. Look at Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez could rap and he could sing. And in an interview, he said, I couldn't get singers, so I had to sing it myself. It sounded like trash, but later on, as I progressed and this is a muscle, you work out this muscle, you're able to do what you wanted to do and what you needed to do. So you just have to stick to your guns and be yourself.
That's real.
Anything. Don't switch up because it sounds like this. It sounds ill, but you spitting in triplets. Like, that works for Migos. Migos did that. They perfected that. Don't rap in triplets. But if it works for you, yeah. Like, perfect example. Look at Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas set a bar, and Chris Brown had to meet that bar. And now he has a song with Will Smith.
Bro.
Will Smith jump on records. He don't just jump on niggas' records.
Yeah.
For him to jump on in a remix, and he had to meet Joyner Lucas where he was at. Come on now, we talking about somebody being real, not somebody trying to copy.
Facts. I like that. So is there anything that you want to just tell the people before we sign out? DJ Flipside, first off, I want to say thank you, bro. I want to really appreciate you. You a real one, son. From the day I met you, you've been a real one. I appreciate this. I mean, but thank you for blessing my podcast. You feel me?
No.
I feel like there's cats out there that could have used this information. I feel I could have used this information a lot earlier in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have to go through this experience to be able to teach the next person, because I may not ever make it. I may not ever be on that radio, that huge stage. I may not ever get there, right?
Yeah.
Somebody listening to your podcast right now could be going through the same exact shit that we've gone through, and say, hey, let me try it. Let me be myself. Let me mix the way I want to mix. Let me rap the way I want to rap. Let me produce the way I want to produce. Because the way I don't produce like everybody else that's making the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I made my first Brooklyn drill record the other day and I posted it. Like I never made drill music. I sit here and whatever the vibe is, that's what I, not like, I'm going to make R&B today. I'm going to make hip hop today. I'm going to make dancehall. Like whatever the vibe is for the day or whatever the vibe is for the session, that's where I'm at. So I still come back to it. Be yourself. Let it flow. Just feel it out. Because if you're not doing this for that feeling, and I'm saying this right now as I'm still chasing that first feeling of when I was in the club at Nagasaki and I first heard Chris Capone. I sometimes get that feeling, but I'm steady chasing that feeling because it's like a drug. It's like a drug. It was a good feeling, so I always want to get to that feeling. There's times when I'm making beats and I've got that feeling. There's times when I'm at a club or at a concert and I've got that feeling. So it works out that way.
Facts. Yo, tell people where they can find you and what you got coming up next, man.
Yo, man, you can find me at I am DJ Flipside NYC. You can also just make sure click that link in the bio. I got that link tree. Got to my Mixcloud that I'm always putting up always putting up new mixes at. Each and every Friday, I'm live on my IG for Fire Fridays. We have me and a group of DJs. We decided to put something together on Fridays. So I do 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I open it up nice and easy. I get you hype, and the next guys come on, J Cut, Mr. Hype, Midnight, DJ Echo. We just putting it on, and and just like today, I'm gonna drop the audio for yesterday. Okay. So the full hour that I did, it's gonna be up today, in a little bit, and then make sure you go download, go stream it, go bootleg it. Maliibu Mitch, 00, it's out now. The video's out. Stream it everywhere. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Look out for her project. Look out for her tour. Look out for everything. Interviews. We gonna be up out there.
Yo, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy DJ DCaso. It's my boy DJ Flipside. We out. The World DJ.
Yes, sir.